Good morning everyone, and you're all very welcome to join me for another beginner's Hatha yoga practice today. And today we're going to look at releasing tension into the lower back and the legs. I know a lot of us are out running and walking, so this will be a nice gentle class, looking at asanas or postures to really help to release tension and drain tension and boost circulation all around the legs, the lower back and the hips. Remember to always work with your own ability. Anything that doesn't feel good, leave it out, guys, okay? And really listen to your body and tune into the breath to help you deepen any of the stretches if that's what you want to do today. If you have a blanket, it'll be great for starting off. And if you have some sort of belt or strap, you could also use that because we're going to be doing some hamstring work today. Let's start off. We're going to ease down onto our backs. Head can be supported on a little blanket, and we're going to bend those legs so the soles of the feet are on the floor, quite close to the bottom, and we have that nice alignment with the heels in line with the knees and in line with the hips. And we're really going to start off with allowing the feet to feel nice and heavy and grounded and rooted into the mat, and allow the legs to feel nice and heavy. Tailbone can gently tuck under, and we can soften the pelvis down towards the mat. Shoulders are down and away from the ears, the palms face up. The fingers just relax and curl in towards the palms naturally. Tip your chin down towards the chest to lengthen through the back of the neck. And let the eyes close, guys. As the eyes close, think about allowing the whole of the face and all of the face muscles to relax. And become aware of your breath. Noting the inhalations and the exhalations. Each inhalation, feel that body gently floating up. And as you breathe out, allow the body to relax, to soften. Setting the intention of coming back to the breath. And be aware of where your mind is at now. If your mind wanders during practice, come back to the breath. So deepen the breath gently now as you breathe in, feel the belly rise. Then the lungs expand and then the collarbones lift. And as you exhale, the belly falls. Chest contracts and the collarbones soften back down towards the spine. Just noting the breath in each sections of the lungs. Breathing in and out through both nostrils, evenly and equally. Giving the body permission to remain in the now and in the present, befriending your breath. If thoughts come, touch on those thoughts and then release them. And return the breath to the now breath and open the eye. A little bit of movement into the fingers and into the toes. And we can draw that right knee into the chest now, guys. So we can wrap the hands around that right knee. Shoulders are drawing back and down. You can have your belt nice and handy, even across the chest, or it can go around that knee, or it can go around the sole of that right foot. Shoulders are back and down. And we can gently start to circle that right knee, opening into the lower back, into the hip joint. Think of a little pencil on that right knee, and we're making the tiniest of circles. And we can change direction. Hip flexors love this stretch, guys. Keep drawing the shoulders back and down. If you want to deepen the stretch, lengthen that left leg away. Pressing through that right foot, drawing the right knee in. Really seeing if you can grind the back of that left knee down into the mat. Shoulders are back and down, the chin's tucked down towards the chest. You're going to feel a nice stretch into that right hip flexor, guys. And we can bend that left leg again, sole of the foot onto the floor. And inhale, stretch that right heel up towards the sky. You're going to feel this into the back of that right leg, so think about lowering that right leg down, pressing away from the heel, engaging that thigh, allowing the shoulders to relax because tension's going to naturally drop back into the shoulders and into the back. And as the hamstring starts to relax, press up through the sole of the feet until you feel that stretch to the back of the right leg, flicking the right toes down, lifting the right heel up. And we take a few breaths here. Really improving and boosting our circulation all around the legs. Really, especially into the back of the legs, into the hamstrings. If you want to deepen this stretch, guys, remember we're only gently holding on to the strap. We're not wrapping the band around the hands so that the legs are doing the work. You can extend that left leg nice and long. If it feels good, remember it's going to really deepen the stretch. Keep drawing the right hip bone down. The hips are nice and square. And we can press away through the right foot and press away through the left foot. Taking about 8 breaths in total to start to open into the back of that right thigh. Bend that left leg again, sole of the foot onto the floor. And you can release the strap and bring that right heel across the left knee, guys. Flexing through that right foot, encourage the right foot over to the left, drawing that right knee down. Hip bones are nice and square. Chin's tucked down towards the chest, and if you want to deepen the stretch, draw in through the core, and on an inhale, lift that left leg up. Drawing the left knee in, drawing the right knee away. Really feeling that connection in this lovely asana, this posture. If you want to deepen the stretch a little further, you can lift the head, the neck and the shoulders away from the floor, drawing in through the core, wrapping the hands underneath that right shin and lengthening through that left leg again. You can hold on to that right ankle, right hand to right knee, draw that right knee away. Strong hip opener, guys, remember to work with how the body feels. Shoulders are drawing back and down. Nice outer hip opener now, working into the outer thigh, the abductor, into that sciatic nerve. On an inhale, slowly roll back up. That left knee connects to the right ankle, bringing the sole of that left foot back down. Drawing that right knee in towards the chest. Lengthening the left leg a little bit longer. Right arm goes out in line with that right shoulder. Slowly drawing that right knee over to the left. Just to where you feel the stretch into the right side of the lower back, into the hip, guys. Allow the right shoulder to stay grounded. The eyes look over to that right thumb. And that right knee can feel nice and heavy. If that's too much for you, you can bend that left leg and let the knees drop down towards each other for a very gentle spinal twist. You're going to feel a nice stretch the whole round the right side of the body. Keep lifting up through the right side of the lower back, allowing the knees to feel nice and heavy, nice and relaxed. On an inhale, slowly roll back up. Again, draw that right knee into the chest, the left foot is grounded, and then place the right foot onto the floor. Feet feel nice and heavy again. Now allow the belly to relax, the shoulders to relax. And we draw that left knee into the chest. Hands can wrap around that left knee, but allow the hip to feel nice and heavy. Or you can place the belt around the knee or around the sole of that left foot. Shoulders are back and down, and we can start to gently circle that left knee again. Making tiny circles, opening into the hip. Feel a nice stretch maybe into the thigh as well. And we can change direction. Coming back to the breath, just noticing your breathing patterns, your breathing rhythms. Allowing the breath to become nice and smooth and rhythmic and equal. Drawing the knee in, we can open into the hamstrings by pressing that left foot away. The thighs engage. You might prefer a little bend in the knee, guys. Always listen to how the back feels as well. If it's comfy or if it feels good, you can engage that left thigh, press away from the left foot. Start to lift that left leg up. Go to where you feel the stretch and start to hang out here just for a few breaths. Even visualizing the breath entering to where you feel that stretch, that sensation. And as you exhale, you're releasing any tension from the back of that left leg. With each out breath, you can encourage those left toes a little closer. And if you want to deepen this stretch, draw that left leg or that right leg away. So you're pressing away from the right foot, you're lifting up through that left heel. You're going to feel a nice stretch into that left inner thigh as well as the back of that left leg, guys. Lovely for strengthening the lower back, for releasing any tension in the legs, for releasing puffy ankles, or maybe the ankles are a little bit swollen because of all of the heat recently. So it's really nice to give the legs a little rest. You can draw that right leg up, sole of the foot on the floor, and release your belt. And bring the sole or the left heel across the right knee, guys. The hips are nice and square. We want to encourage that left foot over towards the right. If you want to deepen this stretch, eye of the needle, we can lift that right knee up. And as you lift that right knee up, you're going to feel a nice stretch into that left buttock, the hip. And we want that right heel to be in line with the knee in line with the hip. You can encourage that left knee away a little bit more. Remember, the foot can remain grounded. If you want to deepen it a little bit further, thread the hands through that left shin. Shoulders are back and down. Remember, the core is deeply engaged, and we can draw that right foot away. Holding on to the left ankle with the right hand, you can encourage that left knee away, strongly opening into the hip. Dropping those shoulders further away from the ears, the chin softened down, lengthening through the back of that neck. Inhale, slowly draw back down, bending that right leg. Drawing that left knee into the chest again. Lengthening the right leg away. Lengthening the left leg away. And start to stretch through the whole body, guys. The legs should feel good now. You can point through those toes and then flex through the feet. Drawing the tailbone under, softening the shoulders away from the ears. Really pressing out of the hands, even bringing the hands and the palms together if it feels good. And really drawing out of that left leg. Bend that right leg, sole of the right foot to the floor, to that inner left knee. Nice breath in, drop that right knee over towards the right for lying tree, lying vrikshasana. And if you want to bring that right foot down a little lower, it might be a little comfier, guys. Now that left hip bone's going to want to jump up, so we can bring the left hand down if you wish and draw the left hip down. And the right knee feels nice and heavy, opening into the right hip. Again, we want to lift through your pelvic floor muscles, drawing the navel in towards the spine and softening through those bottom two ribs, reaching out of that side body, softening the shoulders away from the ears. Chin tucks down towards the chest, guys. You can do this pose lying or seated or standing. Lovely little hip opener. Bringing that right knee in now. Bringing the arms down, right knee into the chest, and then lengthening that right leg away. Pressing strongly through that right foot. You might even feel it a little bit longer than the left. We can bring the sole of that left foot up to that right inner thigh or knee and drop that left knee over to the left. Might feel a few little clicks. Remember, it's okay as long as you don't feel any pain, guys. Remember, if it doesn't feel good, just leave it out. Hips are nice and square. We want to draw that right hip bone down. Left knee feels nice and heavy, drawing in through the core. Inhaling, we can bring those arms behind, reaching through the arms. The palms can go together if it feels good, dropping through the shoulders. Really feeling that connection to your back and the floor or the mat. Taking a few breaths here, feeling that belly rise and fall. Maybe directing the breath to that left inner thigh, helping to ease tension in the hips and into that left buttock and lower back. Pressing strongly out of that right foot. Arms can come down now as we bring that left knee in. Left knee into the chest, take the right hand to that left knee, left arm nice and long, spinal twist on the other side. Slowly drawing that right knee over to the left. Just take it to where you feel the stretch, into that left outer thigh, into the lower back. Shoulders are relaxed, eyes look over that left thumb. Keep grounding down through that left shoulder. Remember your variations here, guys. You may even want to prop the knees up on a few books or a block. But don't let that left shoulder lift. Keep lifting through the left side of the lower back. The shoulders are down and soft and heavy. Opening into that left hip joint, stimulating into the kidney. Really working into the lungs and the diaphragm as we start to twist. Working into your digestion. Inhale, slowly draw that left knee back up. Drawing the right knee into the chest now. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. You can again get your strap. And you can bring the belt or the strap around the soles of the feet. Gently encouraging the feet towards the pelvis. The knees are away. The shoulders are back and down. Pressing those feet strongly together, guys. Soften through the tailbone. If you want to deepen the stretch, big inhale, slowly draw in through the core. Chin towards the chest as you lift your forehead up towards those feet. Keep drawing the knees away strongly. Starting to feel those inner thighs opening, the pelvis starting to open, the back starting to relax and strengthen. Slowly rolling back down now. Releasing the strap, drawing the knees into the chest, and again we gently circle a few times in one direction and a few times in the other direction. Feet go onto the floor now, rolling over onto the right side, using that left hand underneath that left shoulder, press up to sitting, and we're going to roll over onto tabletop position. Now you may want to get the blanket now. You might want to kneel on your blanket to make it a little bit comfier, okay? Those hands are underneath the shoulders. We're going to strengthen into the lower back now, a gentle hatha beginner sequence. Spreading through the fingers, really grounding into those hands. Strong into the arms, the shoulders are away from the ears, the toes are untucked. Inhaling, gently sliding the chest through, shoulders are away from the ears, exhaling, tailbone tucks under, hips go back towards the heel. Inhaling, slowly rolling forward, remember up to you how far the shoulders go in advance of the wrists or keep them in line. Exhale, tailbone tucks under, hips go back towards those heels. Inhaling, slowly roll forward. Taking this time to tune into the breath, guys. You can lift the chin, getting the breath into those upper lobes of the lungs. Exhale, tailbone tucks under, hips go back towards the heel. The knees can be wide or the knees can be together if it feels more comfortable. Just be mindful of how the wrists feel as you flow in and out of this pose, this little sequence. Lovely for strengthening and lengthening the lower back. Inhale, we thread the chest forward, the shoulders roll back. We can look up, opening and lengthening into the neck. Exhaling, hips go back towards the heels. One more, inhale, we roll the chest forward. This time tuck those tailbones or those toes under. And as we exhale, bottoms up, bottoms back. Knees stay nice and soft to start off with. Inhaling back to those knees, thread the chest forward, untuck those toes. Exhaling, toes tuck under, tailbone lifts up, pushing through the arms, drawing the bottom bones back. Inhaling, dropping back to the knees, a few more of these, warming the shoulders, warming the wrists, chest threads forward. Exhaling, tuck the toes, tailbone lifts up, bottom bones push back, guys, Ardha Mukha Shavasana. Last one, inhale, we drop to the knees, thread the chest forward, untuck the toes. Exhale, toes tuck under, lift the bottom bones up, keep looking between those thumbs. Knees stay nice and soft. And really press into those hands, press into the pads of the fingers. We can gently roll the inner elbows forward, the corners of the armpits towards each other, bringing width to that upper back. And relax the head if it feels good. Any high or low blood pressure, keep looking between those thumbs, guys. We're completely releasing the head, looking towards the belly button. We can start to lift the bottom bones up and draw the bottom bones back. Grounding the feet into the mat. You can open up through the backs of the knees, keep drawing the bottom bones back. Really creating length and space in this posture, in this asana. Boosting our immune system, boosting our metabolism, guys. Rooting into the earth so we're grounding. Really pressing into the hands. You're going to feel this around the whole of the body. Inhaling, we drop back to the knees. Thread the chest through. Untuck the toes. And as we exhale, toes tuck under, hips go back towards the heels. Untucking the toes, the knees go nice and wide. We can bring the hands together, even rest the forehead onto the mat, and the hands can rest on the back of the head. You might feel that they're nice and warm or fuzzy as we've boosted the circulation all around the wrists and the arms and the shoulders. Hands can go long now as we roll back up to table. And we're going to draw that right knee to floor in front of the right wrist. Drawing those right toes over to the left for pitch and pose. Another variation is threading the needle, which we have done previously. So if this doesn't feel good, guys, do that as a little option for you. We can gently slide that left knee out a little bit to the left, open into the left hip. And really lengthen through that back left leg, pressing the left foot strongly into the mat. Lifting up onto the fingertips now. And we want to find a little bit of alignment here. So sneak or draw that right buttock bone back. Left hip bone forward. And you'll feel that whole right side of the hip, the lower back start to open. Keep pressing through those left toes, tiny micro movements. If that right ankle doesn't feel too happy, you can place a blanket underneath that right ankle as well. If you wish, you can walk those hands forwards. You can soften down onto the elbows, or you can reach the arms forwards and soften down onto the forehead, guys. Remember, stay what feels comfortable today. Right hip bone keeps sneaking back, left hip bone forward. You might even want to place a book or a block underneath that right hip. So you can really focus on drawing that right buttock down. Taking a few more breaths here. Remember, come out of each posture as your body will tell you when it's had enough. Hands underneath the shoulders now, pressing back up. We can draw that right knee back. Toes tuck under. Feel that length in the arms. Inhale, lift the knees up, bottom bones lift up, bottom bones push back. And we can paddle out through the feet, guys. Easing out that right ankle. Remember, we don't want the shoulders to be in line with the wrists in this pose, otherwise there's going to be far too much body weight onto those wrists. So if you do have tight hamstrings or tight backs, bend the knees deeply so you can really get the length in the arms to take any stress off those hands and wrists, guys. The backs are wide, the bottom bones are lifted, they're pushing back. Core is engaged. Shoulders are strongly away from those ears. And we can drop back to the knees, pitching on the other side, sliding that left knee to the floor in front of the left wrist. Encouraging those left toes to the right wrist. We can open up through that right hip a little bit by drawing the right knee slightly over, untucking the toes. Lengthening that right leg back. You can place a block underneath that left hip if you wish. Grounding the left hip down, sneaking that left hip back. Scissoring gently the right hip bone forward, keep pointing through those right toes, up onto those fingertips, guys. The shoulders are away from the ears. Even thread the chest gently through this time. The chin can look up, feel that pelvis nice and heavy sinking down, especially the left hip down towards the block or towards the mat. Drawing strongly in through the pelvic floor. If you wish, you can walk the hands forward, rolling down onto the elbows. Or lengthening forward still, releasing the forehead down onto those hands. Relaxing through the shoulders, the forehead can feel nice and heavy. Allow the chest and the belly to soften. Strongly working through the right foot. Keep drawing that left hip bone back. You're going to feel a nice sensation or stretch the whole left hip. Maybe into the left knee. Remember, if it doesn't feel good, reach or come out of the stretch. And we can bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Release the block if you have a block or a book underneath that left hip. Untuck those right toes or tuck those right toes. And we draw that left leg back again to Ardha Mukha Shavasana, dog head down. Again, we can paddle out through the feet. Bottoms are lifting up, bottoms are pushing back. Finding that length. Finding space between the shoulders and the ears. Tuning into the breath. Space in the backs of the legs. As we really open into the hamstrings and into the back, guys. Slowly dropping back to the knees now. And if you wish, you can move the blanket underneath the pelvis. We're going to walk those hands forwards and drop to your right elbow and the left elbow and soften down onto the pelvis for Sphinx pose. Drawing those legs strongly away, lengthening through the back body. And those hands or those elbows are underneath the shoulders. If your backs are particularly tight today, walk those elbows forward. Or indeed, it might be enough for you to lie on your belly today. So wherever feels comfortable, drawing those feet away, allowing the glutes to relax, the pelvis to feel nice and heavy, drawing strongly into the elbows. Think of a little string in the breastbone, the chest draws forwards, the shoulders draw away from the ears and down towards the hips. The chin can lift up. And really direct the breath into the lower back, guys. Allow the legs to relax. If it feels more comfortable, you can lengthen the legs away, which will work into the buttocks and take a little bit of stress away from the lower back. And in your own time, we can slowly roll down to your belly. And let the body relax. The head can turn to one side. You can slide the right knee up towards that right elbow to release the lower back. You might find back bends will lift the heart rate a little bit. Remember, do be careful of how the back feels. We don't want to aggravate anything, so listen to your body, guys. Listen to how the breath feels in each of the poses. Sliding that right leg back now. And again, lengthening through those legs. Lifting the legs up, walking those legs away, then drawing strongly into the feet. We can bring the elbows underneath the shoulders again for one more Sphinx pose. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, hands are underneath those shoulders. And we want to roll the shoulders forwards, up, back and down, and draw the elbows strongly in towards those into the rib cage. And on an inhale, think about engaging those thighs. Legs are working strongly. We lift the chin up, followed by the chest. Just lifting up to where you feel the stretch, then we can roll the shoulders again, back and down. Reaching strongly out of those legs, guys. Feel that gentle compression into the lower back. If it doesn't feel good, ease down a little bit. And if you want to deepen the stretch, we lift a little bit higher. Again, remember, we don't want the arms to be doing the work, so keep threading the chest through. Feel that work into the lower back. Stop whenever you feel the stretch. Allow the pelvis to feel heavy, the pelvic floor engaged. And as you exhale, slowly release down. Again, we can turn the head to the other side. Draw that left knee up this time to relax the back again. Allow the shoulders to relax, the chest and the belly to soften. Varied crocodile pose. Nice time to tune into the heart beating. Tune into the energy flowing around the body. Drawing that left leg back now. Hands go underneath the shoulders as we push up. You're going to feel a nice release here. The knees go wide and the hips go back towards those heels. You can gently rock the hips side to side. And rolling back up to sitting now. Again, you can sit on your blanket this time. And lengthen those legs forward. Again, you can hold on to your strap if you have one. How do your hamstrings and how do your back feel now? They should be feeling a little looser, okay? If they're still feeling tight, you can bend those knees so that we're not going to stretch too far in the next position. Or you can bring the band or the belt around the soles of those feet. If the legs are long, keep strongly lifting out of the thigh muscles. The feet are hip width apart, guys. Press strongly away from the soles of the feet, drawing the backs of the knees down. Even think about drawing the bottom bones back as we press into the bottom bones, lengthening up through the spine. Softening away from the shoulders. Big inhale, feel the lungs expand, the belly rise. Exhale, encourage the nose to the toes as you open through the elbows. Feeling the stretch strongly into the lower back, into the backs of the legs. You can walk the hands down the belt or go to where you feel this stretch. We don't want a rounded spine in this pose. Unless your knees are soft or bent, that's grand. You're going to feel maybe enough stretch here into the lower back and into the hamstrings. Listen to your body, guys. So if you deepen the stretch, the chest threads through. And then we're folding the belly down over those thighs and then the chest. Strongly pressing away from the feet, relaxing the shoulders. And you can soften the head down towards the knees. Keep drawing the bottom bones back, pressing the soles of the feet forward. Noticing where tension creeps into the body in this pose. Releasing any tension with the out breath, lessening the sensations. Remember your modifications. Slowly easing back up now. And remove the blanket, maybe back to here where your head is. As we bend those legs, soles of the feet are on the floor, tailbone tucks under, and slowly use the elbows to walk back down towards lying on your backs. Drawing the knees into the chest last time. We can gently draw the knees away. Keeping those hands on the knees and then drawing the knees in close towards the chest. Drawing the knees now in towards the chest, allow the tailbone to feel heavy. Then lift the forehead up towards the knees, rolling the shoulders back and down. And slowly rolling the head back towards the mat. Then drawing those knees away, exhale. Inhale, drawing those knees back into the chest. Feel the lower back open. Shoulders are back and down. Exhale, forehead up towards the knees. Making a tiny little ball, inhaling, slowly rolling the head back and down. And exhaling, drawing those knees away. Inhaling, knees to chest. Exhale, forehead up to meet the knee. Inhaling, head back towards the floor. And as you exhale, draw those knees away. Last one, guys. Inhaling, knees to chest. Exhale, forehead up to knees. Let's stay here. You can wrap your hands around those shins, softening the shoulders down. And slowly release back and down. Feet go back onto the floor and we find our Savasana, our relaxation pose. Just for a few minutes, guys, we're going to really find a little bit of stillness in the body, stillness in the mind, stillness and quietness in the breath here. Just taking a few minutes to relax and feel all of the energies flowing that we have created from practice today. Remember, our feet are shoulder width apart and our legs are flopping outwards. If you prefer, you can keep those feet grounded and the knees can draw in towards each other with the feet nice and wide. The arms are lengthened down to the sides of the body. Palms face up, the fingers curl naturally in towards the palm. Shoulders are drawing away from the ears. Chin tucks down towards the chest. And we close our eyes. And take a moment to settle into stillness. Coming back to your breath. No forcing or straining. Simply noticing the breath. Feeling the breath in every cell of the body. Each out breath, allow the body to relax a little further, to become a little heavier. And as you be aware of the breath, notice that the mind starts to relax. To let the breath grow stronger now. Making a little movement with the fingers and the toes. You can bring the hands together and hold or gently rub. Building some heat, some fire. And those hands can go over the closed eyes and open the eyes and breathe and let that heat filter inside. Stretching the arms and the legs away now. Letting the body yawn, letting it stretch. Working the legs away, flexing the feet, then pointing through the toes. Bringing the arms down and bending the legs and rolling over onto the right side. Pressing back up now to easy cross-legged position. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Thank you all for practicing with me today, guys. I hope to see you all very soon. And remember, come back to the breath. You can bring your intentions from practice off the mat. So anytime you need a few minutes just to go and tune into your breath. It's so lovely. Drop our chin towards our chest. Let's seal the practice now with our lovely mantra.